Let's keep capitalism. How about that? That's what's a major success. Yeah, American ain't successful because they practice socialism. They successful because they practice capitalism all these years. Now, God told us we didn't do what the God told us to do. He told us to practice capitalism too. But our leaders, that's when they put us in slavery, because they were scared that we was going to be too successful. You know what I mean? Because we 10 times smaller. You know, once we wake up and find out that we ain't no Negro and no Afro-American, then we 10 times smarter. So they don't like that. See, so Pelosi got busted. Oh boy, you reap what you sow, Pelosi. That's when she got busted. Come with that, talking about impeaching somebody. This man ain't did nothing to get impeached. He was just trying to find out what the guy did that was wicked. And that's what the president's supposed to do. Because Biden had did some wicked stuff. You know, he got rid of the prosecutor over there in Europe. And he then fired the guy because he wouldn't change the law for him to get some money. You know, these people are just so wicked, man. They are so wicked, John. Then you just set that Pelosi and went along with killing black babies in the womb. You know, went up there and voted for a man to marry another man, a woman to marry another woman. You done did so much wicked stuff that you got busted. It came back to hunt you. You done sowed and you're reaping. Now, my advice is that to go on home and sit down somewhere. You ain't got no business being over nothing anyway, because you ain't fair. And take all your little wicked buddies with you. See, take them all with you, because they was all just making up some lies on top of lies, because they didn't like the man. You know, when you don't like somebody, you just make up a lie against them. You want to see them go down, you just make a lie up. They ain't did nothing that you said. You just hating. All these devils haters. Now look at all the black folk you done got hurt by letting them run around do anything they want to do in these nasty neighborhoods. You're the reason that these people are getting killed by the police. You Democrats, you white Democrats. You white Democrats are the reason for all this stuff. You pile us up and make us yellow dog Democrats like you are. I better explain yellow dog Democrats. So I said, well, yellow dog Democrats, Bishop. Well, some older people may know. A yellow dog Democrat is somebody that's going to, they vote Democrat no matter who's running. You can run Buzz Bunny, they'll vote Democrat. That's what's called a yellow dog Democrat. Now, a blue dog Democrat, they will sometimes vote Republican. But most of the time, they're going to vote Democrat. So a blue dog Democrat, but a yellow dog Democrat, I don't care who running. They can just put old bad Clinton back in there again, and they'll vote for him. They'll vote for anybody that's going to go along with their agenda, with all that wickedness stuff they do towards poor people and black folk. They take your spirit from you. They treat you and they make you where you ain't got no spirit to get nothing for yourself. They tell you, don't go fishing for yourself. We're going to catch the fish for you. We're going to give you some food stamps. So don't do nothing but just sit around and wait for the first of the month, and you're going to get some food stamps and a check. Well, I'm running out of river. So just wait a little bit more. Yes, man. That's all they do is just take advantage of us. I mean, and we can't see it because we Negroes. We still Negroes. They can never fool me with that mess. And they can fool these people because you still think you're Negro. You think you're, psychologically, you still got master's personality in your mind that had you in slavery. You got to start talking authority with an authoritative way. Lift up your head. The Bible tells you in the book of Hebrews, lift up your head. Don't be holding your head down talking to these people. Look them in the eyes. If you stand up and do right and look them in the eyes, they're going to blink their eyes and not be able to handle you in a righteous way. Now, I'm not telling you no wicked stuff. Don't do nothing wicked. Don't do nothing against God's law and the law of the land. That's not against God. Now, Peter said, I got to break the law of the land because it's against God. And it's more right for me to serve God than the law of the land. So if the law of the land is against God's law, then you got to break it. But if it ain't against God's law, you got to go along with it. Now go ahead and read a little bit more. We're in Romans chapter number 13. Listen to me today. This is a good day. This is a good time. I know I'm saying things you may not agree with me 100%. I understand. I ain't upset with you, but I'm just trying to tell you what God like. Forget about what these devilish Democrats like. All they like is the whole black folk in a position where they got to vote for them. That's all they're doing is holding you on the plantation. You're on the Democrat plantation. And it made you a yellow dog Democrat. And you don't want to leave the plantation. But I'm trying to get you off the plantation, baby. Because a few more days from now, whether you're off or not, you want to leave the plantation. Or the plantation getting ready to be burnt up. They get ready to tear it down. It's going to be over with. Then another 2,520 years of this stupid stuff that we caused on ourselves. See, so try to stay away from the police. Tell your little boy that the police come agree with him. Don't be trying to ignore the police. You're ignoring God, and you're going to end up dead. Because they bear not the sword in vain. Now, the police that killed George, he's a Ku Klux Klan police. He's one of the ones I'm talking about. He's just a dirty police. That's as dirty as he can be. Knee on somebody's throat. And they trying to call for their mama. What kind of police is he? He's a Klan. He's a Klan. Now, he needs to go to jail. You know, he needs to go to jail. He needs to be actually, if the God that had him, he would have been executed. You know, because in cold blood. He did it in cold blood. He did it in cold blood. You know, oh, how you go back on mama, calling their mama. And you still got your knee on somebody's throat. He's the one I'm talking about that's very rare. It ain't a whole lot of them like that now. I don't want you to think that. If there was a whole lot of them like that, God wouldn't never call him his minister. He wouldn't call him his minister. He would get rid of him like he did Hitler. How he did Mussolini and how he did Stalin. So it ain't a whole lot of them like that. But there are some like that. And you got to agree with them right away. You got to disagree with them. So, also, I'm not going to rebel or nothing, whatever you say. I'm ready to do it. We'll get in the car, sit down. Yes, sir. You got to fix it where he can't do nothing to you. And then you got to also be praying when you're dealing with him, because they sneak in. They're in there. Not all of them now. Maybe 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 2,000. See. Now, the police is emotional sometimes with their gun. He's emotional. The police and shot that boy in the back 7 times. Was emotional. You resisted me. I told you not. Police went stone crazy. Well, that's that spirit in the police. You got to learn how to control that. You just don't take your gun and shoot everybody, officer. But they resisted me. I mean, well, you don't need to be no police. Go be a janitor, a lawyer, a doctor or something. You got to be able to handle some things if you're the police. But it's hard to handle being the police with the spirit he got. Somebody that's rebelling all the time, want to fight with me. Come on now. What would you do if somebody want to fight with you? Well, you would fight back. But you ain't no police. You ain't carrying no gun. You may be carrying one, but you ain't supposed to have it. We got people killing people for stepping on their toes, stepping on their foot. Rage ride. You got people that blows your horn too loud. Jump out the car and kill you. That's what I mean? You know, I was downtown and a guy tried to take my car. He jumped in front of my car, a great big old guy. He jumped in front of my car and wanted me to get out because he was going to knock me out and take my car. I sat there for a minute and blew my horn. He's still there. So I'm going to take him on down Vine Street and tell the police I'll drop somebody off. Y'all better pick him up because I'm getting ready to run over this joker and take him down Vine Street. He made me evil. A few more minutes don't get out the way, so I raced my motor real hard, and I hold the brake. And he jumped out the way because I was going to take him right on down Vine Street and drop it off. I ain't getting out no car for you to knock me out and take my car. You can't be a lamb all the time, baby. I'm not trying to teach you no vengeance, but you can't act like a little lamb all the time. In the end time, this the end time. Everybody, you don't trust nobody in the end time. You don't trust nobody in the end time. Everybody is somebody that may want to hurt you. You have no chances in the end time. You do everything decent and order in the end time. You can't take no chances in the end time, baby. Because Satan has come down with great wrath because he got but a short time. And he done possessed all these people, and you don't know who he has possessed, and you don't know how many demons in them. You can't go by color in the end time. You can't go by good looks in the end time. You can't go by somebody that's got money in the end time. You trust nobody but the Most High Yah. You put all your trust in Him in the end time. But you love everybody in the end time. But you love with understanding in the end time. You don't love, you don't be gullible in the end time. You treat everybody good, but you put all your trust in the Most High in the end time. Now, that's what you got to do. Now, we don't download it. We don't stay in Romans chapter number 13 for a few more minutes. Stay with me today. Now, the Democrats, they want this country, they don't want all the neighborhoods messed up now. They just want to mess up the black folks' neighborhood so they can blame Donald Trump. He's a racist. He's a racist, they say. He's the reason for the plague. He didn't handle the plague right. All this dumb stuff. Ain't got no business with the plague. At least he's hating on the country that put the plague out, China. They ain't even, they still let China get by with mess. At least he's trying to fight against China for sending the plague across the world. Come on now. That means China won't Biden to get in the White House. I'm tired of Donald Trump trying to tear him up. Because he ain't letting them get by with this wicked stuff. Now, you got to wake up and smell the coffee. The Democrats is not on your side like you think they are. Biden is not for you. He's against you. He told you that you had to be black to vote for him. He told you if you don't vote for him, you're not black. Well, what happened to me? I became a white boy overnight? No, he's trying to tell you that you're dumb, and I know you're dumb, and you're going to have to vote for me because you ain't got enough sense to do nothing else. That's what he's trying to insult your personality and your ability. And you just grin and go on and go along with that wicked joker. Send him back to the basement. Send him right on down there to the basement where he came from. You know, he ain't for you. He sit up there and seen them burn up your cities and everything, and then say a mumbling word until his numbers start falling a little bit. And he wasn't as popular as he was. Then he said, let me come out the basement and fool these Negroes because if I ain't careful, they going to end up maybe trying to vote for Trump or not voting at all. So let me get out this basement, baby. I'll be back. Because I got to fool these Negroes a little bit more. I got to make them, I got to fool them a little bit more. So I'm going to go out there and tell them I'm against, I'm going to go visit this boy's father. And I'm going to deceive him. He ain't been more for nothing but to see us go down and become insignificant and low self-esteem. Oh, man, God, somebody need to wake up and smell. I don't know how in the world they can't see this wicked guy. He's a wicked person, man. You know what I mean? Everything he do is wicked. Now, he sit up there in that devil's convention, the Democratic convention, and then he got some joker that's opening up a clothes and something, just acting like a woman, jumping all over the place like some woman. You know, he ain't said nothing about none of this stuff until his numbers went down. See, they go along with all your dumb stuff, and then once their numbers go down, they got to come back out and fool you some more. Because a wise man will change, the fool ain't gonna never change. They feel like somebody may hear somebody teaching them the right way, and I'll lose the election. You know, that's what happened to Hillary. She kept talking about she gonna be Obama number 3. And the people said, we don't want Obama number 3. He said, Obama, we got enough of Obama. You know what I mean? So she lost the election. You know, it's all this stuff. What's done in darkness is going to come to the light. You can't do it in darkness forever and expect not the light. They're like a bunch of roaches. Turn your light on, then they're going to be exposed. You don't even know you got roaches sometime until you turn your light on at night. And here come roaches calling. Where y'all been all day long? We've been hiding. You don't never clean this nasty place up anyway, so we come to eat now. That's what roaches saying in so many words. They come to eat at night because you done turned the lights out. Mm-hmm. They know if they come out in the daytime, you're going to step on them or either get some raid and kill them. That's the way the Democrats is. They are night hawks. They come out at night, you know, when they're supposed to be sleeping somewhere. They send all these people as night people. in these bad neighborhoods piled on top of each other. Poor people can't even go to the grocery store and get the groceries. Or some of these guys are going to rob them and kill them. They robbed the poor lady up here on Red Road, knocked her down, took her groceries. 84 years old lady. You know, they had her son on the buzz, and he was telling the story. How his mother got knocked down and took her groceries from her. A lot of this stuff is right under your door, baby. You ain't got to go nowhere. It's right under your door. Now, I got to help you if you listen to me. Now, read on. He said what? Every power is the power of who? God. Now, if you resist the power, you're resisting the oracles of God. Read on, Brother Rick, down through there.
For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger, to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
Now read on.
Wherefore ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. For this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are God's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing.
Now they're trying to get rid of the police money. They said they cut the police short. Them Democrats. See how wicked they is. Now God told you to support the police. So the police is taking a chance, and a police life is short. A police life and a doctor's life is short. Now the reason the doctor's life is short, because he got to deal with all kind of people who have disease and all kind of wicked stuff in their body. So a doctors die early. Now the police, he got to take care of all this wicked stuff in society. So when he leave home, he don't know if he gonna get back to his family. Now he ain't supposed to be doing nothing but trying to help the police and help the doctor about keeping yourself well. Because you keep getting sick and stuff, the doctor is, look at all these people who are dying, trying to help the folk who got the plague. See? So the police, you ain't supposed to take the money from the police department. You're supposed to make sure that they have enough money to keep young men coming into the police force, train the police. Now, they talking about training the police. The police already been trained. He's a killer. You're talking about every time they kill one of these black guys, black brothers and sisters, they say, well, y'all have to train the police. The police already been trained. He killed him because he got a gun and he was a resistant, and he got killed. He was a no doubt, no good police, and he just killed him because he's evil. You ain't got to train no police. You train when he took the job. He got a gun.
That's a good point.
He got a weapon, and the weapon is the training. If you don't do what I say, or try to take my gun, or try to run over me, I'm going to shoot you. The police is saying in so many words. God done told you he's a avenger. He don't be worried. You doing something evil and don't want to stop it, he going to shoot you. What these daddies need to do is teach these boys how to live in America and quit being rebellious against the police. That's what you need to tell them. You know, that's what my mother taught me. And I'm no daddy. But my mother told me, said, don't you get in no trouble with the police because I was getting in trouble. But I had a lot of good manners, and I was what you call slick. So the police get me, most of the time they wouldn't even take me no jail nowhere because I would give them some story, some pitiful story. Well, get on back down the street there. The only reason I came here, I was looking for the guy I worked for, so I could get something to eat. I'm hungry. Well, who you work for? I work for Mr. Charlie. Well, he ain't up this time of night. Get on back down there. That's such a heaven. I always had a story for the police. I always had a story. But I was doing wrong. I was doing wrong. And when you're doing wrong, you're going to tell a lie. That's when Pelosi got upset because she was doing wrong. And she said, it's the lady's fault who fixed my hair. She lied because she's doing wrong. When you're doing wrong, you're going to lie. Everybody is a liar when they're doing wrong. Everybody. They ain't no tell no truth. When you're doing wrong, the truth is going to make somebody know you did it. So you're going to tell a lie. Come on now. That means the Bible says, whosoever loveth to make a lie, I'm going to burn them up. Lying is one of the things you got to overcome. Everybody lying. They tell the kids to lie. The man coming to turn your lights out or your gas off because you didn't pay the bill. Y'all be quiet, keep the shade down, and don't answer the door. And if you do answer, some of them kids tell her that I ain't home, that is here. I went down there to pay. Come on now, everybody lie when they... when you're doing wrong, you lie. The police lie. The police know that the man wasn't doing what they said, but he got to make up a lie in order to keep him getting sued or going to jail. So he make up a lie. He resisted. Well, he ain't resisted at all. He was going to choke me to death because I wouldn't do what you told me. Everybody lies when they are evil and doing evil. We all have lied and came short to the glory of God. Now the Bible said, lie no more, just tell the truth. Well, in order for you to tell the truth, you got to be somebody that's doing the truth. And you in a society where lying is your way out of a whole lot of things. They lie. One of the greatest liars is a lawyer. A defense lawyer is a lying. They just lie. The second great liar is a politician. Now he is even with the police. Even with the first liar. They got there and lie and tell you they're going to do all that stuff. When they get in, they ain't doing none of it. They lied their way in the position which you vote. You voted for a liar. Now, if you get a guy that don't tell the truth, then he going to be hated. Because he get up there and say, I'm going to do what I said. Then they going to hate him because then he going to be against the group, which is the Democrats, who lie all the time. They the greatest liars that ever was created. All they do is lie. They done lied to us 400 years. 400 years they done lied to us. Lincoln tried to get us 40 acres and a mule. The next year, when they ran, the president, a Dixiecrat got in. And he did away with everything that had been promised to us by Lincoln. That's how Lincoln got killed. He didn't want to lie no more. If he had kept lying, then he wouldn't have been living. They killed him because this guy started telling the truth. And he gonna wake these darkies up. And we're gonna be out of trouble. We're gonna be able not to handle them in a kind of way. I'm like giving them 40 acres and a mule. Where you think you're gonna get the 40 acres from? I mean, you're gonna take some land that I say is mine. The Gentile said. You know. So, you know, the whole thing is a line. It's a line dispensation. It's two dispensations. Jesus said, don't come here talking about, show you a sign, you are adulterous generation. He called them an adulterous generation. The whole generation is a bunch of sex demons. That's what Jesus said. The only sign I'm going to give you is the sign of Jonah. As Jonah was in the fish belly 3 days and 3 nights, I'm going to be in the heart of the earth 3 days and 3 nights, 72 hours. That's all you're going to get out of me. I'm going to put my whole career on 3 days and 3 nights. That's really nobody rose on no Sunday morning, and when nobody killed on Good Friday. That's 36 hours. 36 hours Friday to Sunday is 36 hours. Wednesday to the end of the Sabbath is 72 hours. Come on now.